शंभो शंकरा सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो शंभो शंकरा सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो शंभो शंकरा सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो हर 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 हराय नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो शंभो शंकरा सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो हर 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 नमो शिव 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 शिवाय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वतीर्थावगाहस्य सम्प्राप्नोति फलं नरः गुरोः पादोदकं पीत्वा शेषं शिरसि धारयन् शेषं शिरसि धारयन् शोषणं पापपङ्कस्य दीपनं ज्ञानतेजसः गुरोः पादोदकं सम्यक् संसारार्णवतारकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 ॐ नमः Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Har Har Namah Parvati Bate Har Har Mahadev. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hari Om. The tree is known by the fragrance of the flower or the quality of the fruit which it gives. A tree which does not have any flower or fruit or doesn't have a shade where the tired traveler can rest, so that tree is useless tree. Bhagavan himself has mentioned this world as a tree in Gita also, in Kathopanishad also. Urdhva Mool Vak Shaka. Actually, Gita verse of 15th chapter has been taken from Kathopanishad only. Eshva Shatta Sanatana. That is the mantra there. Urdhva Mool Vak Shaka Eshva Shatta Shvatta Sanatana. Which Bhagavan has paraphrased as Urdhva Moolam Adhashakam Ashvattam Prahuravya, whose root is on the top and the tree is bottom. So this world is like a tree. Adhashordhvam prasatastasya shakhaha. Lot of branches are there like various lokas, and Jeev is like the bird who is suffering and enjoying from something of this tree. In this tree, there is no attraction. There is no attraction in the world. There is nothing worth pursuing. There is nothing, no sar is there. There is no essence in this world. Anityam asukham lokam, Bhagavan says in Gita. Imam prapya bhajasvama. Anityam asukham lokam. But one thing is there in this tree. And although the root is not seen of this tree, Ishwar is not seen very clearly. You need sixth eye to see the Ishwar, third eye to see the Ishwar. You need but the biggest and most illuminating fruit of this tree is the saint. They also live in the world, they also talk like us, walk like us. But it is their presence that we can feel that my life has some worth or it will be worthy. It is their darshan that you can feel that today's day was little useful. It was not a total waste. It is their words that ring in our ears that we can see that something good I heard. And of this sansar vriksh, most wonderful and undiminishing fruit is our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda Maharaj. Today is his Jayanti. You say birthdays. But I tell you, this birthday was not celebrated earlier when he was there. In 50s, you don't hear about his birthdays. In 60s, this birthday concept came. Because sannyasi is dead to his gross body. He has done shraddha, virja, havan he has done. So his birth, his father, his mother, his origin, his family, all are dead to him. And therefore he avoids talking on these topics. So we should not ask a sannyasi his date of birth, etc. Therefore Gurudev never started with this age myth. It is in 60s, I think, and that too in Sandipni Sadhana it happened. They found out his birthday. And they went to Gurudev and said, we want to celebrate your birthday. So he laughed it out. And the people then told that we are not that high that we can be on the birthless state. They explained to him only. And therefore, he will allow us like the father allows the child, to play with him. So he has no birth he has no birth in his eyes. Then one old Amma came and that old Amma was about to touch his feet and she couldn't bend. Then Gurudev lifted his feet from his chair where he was sitting. He did like that. He said, you touch if you want. I feel not to talk today. It is easy to talk on Upanishads or Gita or Upanishads. But someone who has been your foundation of your life, who has been the essence in your living, it is difficult to collect all the thoughts. But I will try to collect few thoughts. But we will complete the class earlier. I feel that Guru is the Utsav Murti of the God. Like Uddhavji is the Utsav Murti of Badri Vishal, whom you can hold, whom you can walk with, whom you can talk. So Gurudev was the Utsav Murti and is the Utsav Murti of Lord Shiva. He never put himself at very high and unapproachable point. He laughed with us, talked with us. And one very vivid picture comes, I have told you many times, but I am repeating it. Please forgive me for that. When I was 7-year-old, 8-year-old, so I went to the house of Narottam Das ji only. And they said, Gurudev will come. Gurudev, all keep quiet. Keep quiet. Sit in line. No movement. Sit straight. I was not going to Bal Vihar, But because Gurudev was killing him, we could get some chocolates, and my grandfather told to go. So I also joined and I was sitting. Shh! Silence is there. And then Rottam Das ji came inside. He said, all is ready, he said, Gurudev is coming. And when he came, you won't believe it, a tall figure he was like. He was more than 6 feet his height was. And not overweight, huh? No paunch, etc. you see in Gurudev. Very slim. Never you will see something that is overweight or this was very interesting. Long hairs he had. Glasses was thick frame glasses were there. And salt and pepper beard was there. Not totally dark, not totally white his hair was at that time. When you won't believe, when he entered the hall, he entered dancing like that. Like this is still like clearly and vividly I remember. Like any child or a young boy dances. And literally he was shaking his hand and entered like that. And then first question, who asked you to keep quiet? Children are not supposed to be quiet at all times. Did Agarwal ask you, Narottam? He said yes. He said yes, everybody was asking. Utsamurti means somebody whom I can laugh with, talk with, I can share my sorrows. Gurudev was much bigger than what we could see him interacting. Many times he did Annaprashan. He put Om on the tongue of the young child, with the honey you write Om. Or he was in somebody's engagement, he was there. And he used to talk in their language. He was very big. He was not there. If somebody cannot come to me and share my sorrows, I will go somewhere else to share. We are weak people. Jeev is weak. He needs somebody to hold him. If Guru is not there, who can be very sharing my emotions, then my attachment does not go from the world. It is the Guru's ability to express the God and take away. He gives the assurance that I am there. You don't go anywhere, I am there for you. If you need anything, I will be for you. That point of assurance makes a person a seeker. He said, okay, I'll leave myself to you for some time and see what happens. So he was Utsamurti. People used to imitate him in front of him. I have seen them. I don't know whether you saw or not. It was Siddhbadi came in 1993. And someone whom you know, he was imitating Gurudev in front of him. And I was sitting behind. And I was thinking, how can you do like that? How can you imitate? And when Gurudev used to laugh, his whole shoulders like that, he had a very hearted and his whole body used to vibrate and move. I couldn't see on the front. But from the back he was laughing and roaring, and just because he wanted to make you feel that I am there, a part of your life. His Utsamurti was there. You have to lift the child, and child is very small. You have to bend down. This is called avatar. Fall is different, avatar is different. Descent is different, fall is different. Jeev falls. Bhagavan has descent in avatar. And sometimes child falls in the mud or in a dirty place. So the parents roll up their sleeves and roll up their lungi and pajama and then go to the same mud to lift up child. And Vidyaranya Swami, in his Panchadashi, he compares the Jeev with the worm in the dirty waters. You don't expect more from Vidyaranya. You know his style. He's too harsh when he talks on these matters. Panchadashi is a different kind of, and I like that style. Everybody shines because it is for our good. And he says that from Nadyam Kitvat Uthapya, Gurudev did not do all these things. Saints don't touch sometimes. Many of the saints I have seen, they will give prasad like this. And they are right. Who am I to say anything? They will not touch us. They will not touch you also. Prasad like that. Even in Vrindavan, Goswamis give prasad like that. If you go to Radha Ramana, etc., the Goswamis, the Pandits also, they will, ऐसे हम लोग कितने खराब हैं ऐसे हम लोग कितने अछूत हैं, हम लोग कितने अच्छे, ठीक है भाई चूने लायक भी नहीं है हम लोग ऐसे टच नहीं करेंगे, टच करें नहाएंगे, they will touch, they take bath if they by mistake touch them, पता नहीं कितने शुद्ध हैं भाई, ठीक है भाई हम एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. But I remember, if I went to Gurudev, either he held the hand or he straight away embraced. There's a Khalistan movement going on in late 80s. And I think Amritsar was a place somewhere. And the Sardars came, who were supporter of Khalistan. And they came to talk to him. And they didn't know, or something. And Gurudev shook hands also. Like dignitaries are shaking, they should have touched his feet. Best part of Gurudev, he was the most giggling child of Balvihar. He was the most dynamic youth of Yuva Kendra. He was the most serious student of study group, and he was the greatest sannyasi of our Swamis. You can't see that he was not a Bal Vihar. I have heard his story. The same thing he told, I don't remember the story. He told the story with lot of, he has lot of gestures and he could catch the attention for a long time. Guru is not a person, he is an institution. And when you go through an institution, you are qualified. If you go for a job and you send your resume, they will see, okay, what's your degree? And which college have you passed on? What was your college? KwaZulu-Natal, University of KwaZulu-Natal, or DUT, or UNISA. UNISA, na? ठीक बोला? Cape Town University, UNISA, or DUT. Correspondent, UNISA is correspondent, but DUT is regular, I think. And University of KZ Natal, UK Natal. KwaZulu-Natal is there. My mistake, all right. और भी कुछ होगा. There are many more universities. One famous is in Johannesburg. Wits University. That is also, a lot of people go there at Wits. Guru is not a person. He is an institution. You go through institution. But Guru is that institution who goes through you. You go through the teacher, and teacher percolates and pervades your heart. Unless he soaks your heart, you are not qualified. He is also Murti of the mission, of Bhagavan. Second point, he is a Kripa Murti. Kripa is experienced when you feel I don't deserve something. The love that I get, I don't think so I should get it. When you love and then you are loved, that is vyavhar, that is sansar. That is the mama, chacha, husband, wife, brother. But when you don't love and still you are loved, that is Guru. Nobody could do justice with the Guru. What he wanted, we couldn't do that. It was in Bangalore there was, I think, some conference was there. And Gurudev was to inaugurate, around 300-400 youngsters had come. And he roared, I hate you all. Very starting line was this. I ask you to go to the various institutions and take the thought of the Chinmaya mission. You all not have gone there. He used to roar when he was on there, as a lion is there. And nobody used to talk also at that time. He will, on the spot, he will stop you. Get out. Or he will say something. Discipline was too strong. But behind that, the scolding was his soft hand. He never left us. He never said that I will not be there. Many times when he's in 90s, people knew that his age is declining. His health is deteriorating very fast. And we could make it out that I don't think so his body will be there for us. And at that time, it was 1993. I think from 25th May was his camp in Sindhwadi. Something prompted me, I think I should go. I should not miss this camp. But my exams were there. From 20th to 15 June, something like that. I prayed to God. I said I should not miss having darshan of Gurudev. Something made me very mad. And my exams postponed. And I went there. Kripa is there when you don't go to somebody, something happens around you more. Where your doing is not seen as much as somebody is operating in you, through you, outside you. He was a Kripa Murti. You don't go to mission came to you. You don't go to Guru, you don't know who's your Guru also. Guru comes to you. You don't go to Ramayana comes to you. He came to us. Knocking on our doors, on a cities where nobody knew that he came. One city he went, they said, Gurudev, he said, we will have morning classes. They say morning classes, people are very late. He said, never mind. So he said, what is the time? So they said, Gurudev, we have morning classes, you have put from, 6:30. I think make it from 7:30. He said, okay, we'll have class from 5 o'clock. It happened. That happened in America. Somebody told Gurudev, you are talking on Vedanta and Upanishads, etc. Chandrasekharan Bharati was there. I don't know, great saint of Kanchi. Very great saint. He was more than 100 years. So when Gurudev started talking, he talked in English. And his English was very beautiful. So, and Upanishad was not talked in English naturally. They were talked in either Sanskrit or in their own languages, Kannada or Tamil or Telugu. English was considered as Mlech Bhasha. Language of the Mlech. I can't translate, I don't want. So they went to Chandrasekhar Swami to complain that this new Swami has come in 50s. And he is like that. So Chandrasekhar Swami remarked, when Saraswati herself wants to dance on his tongue, how can you stop him? That was his comment. ये कृपा है उनकी. You have not gone to Gurudev. How many of you had known? You did not do any effort to know Gurudev. It appeared, okay, there is name Chinmaya mission is there, or there is some Swamiji is there, or you got an introduction through somebody. He came to you. Kripa means one who comes to give you bath of love. And wherever Kripa is there, there is causelessness is there. Kripa is that which is unending. Karma phal ends, Kripa phal doesn't end. You can take away my father, mother, sister, brother, but Guru can't be taken away. In next birth, Udi Baba used to say, Guru will be in your heart. Outer Guru may come and go, but inner Guru will remain. His mukti is not there. The antakaran avachinna chaitanya, upadeshta upahit antakaran. You know that consciousness conditioned by the desire to give liberation is called Guru. That will always be remaining. That goes only when the disciple gets liberated. Doesn't mean external Guru will be there every birth. No, don't take it otherwise. But external will always, because you do foolishness, are not getting liberated, is also caught because of it. Not like that. हम भी फंसे तुम भी फंसे रहो, ऐसे तो कभी लिबरेट नहीं हो पाएगा. हर वर्थ में कुछ ऐसे आ जाएंगे. बोले लिबरेट हो गया, दूसरा डिसाइपल आ गया, अजीब आदमी है, ऐसे तो लिबरेट ही नहीं हो पाएगा. वैसा नहीं होता है. डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज दैट नेक्स्ट बर्थ अगेन ही विल बी देयर, नेक्स्ट बर्थ अगेन ही विल बी. ऐसा नहीं होता है. दृष्टि स्थिरा यस्य बिना ही दृश्यम. दैट इज गुरु. द डेफिनेशन ऑफ गुरु इज दृष्टि ही स्थिरा यस्य बिना दृश्यम. Whose vision is stable without object of the world. Prana sthira yasya vina nirodhanam. Whose prana is sthir without pranayam. Vritti sthira yasya vina vishyam. Without object, his vritti is stable. Sa guru saiva pujya. He is kripa murti. He is not one who is फल. पता नहीं क्या भगवान को पसंद आ गया कि इनको भेज दिया, पता नहीं क्या प्यार आ गया उनको. Let us keep it causeless. हमको तो पता नहीं क्या हुआ, किस बात से कौन खुश हो जाए. Supposing somebody is happy on you, I don't know what makes him happy. Sometimes I see husband and wife. So when I saw them, I thought this wife doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to dress properly. She doesn't know how to talk properly. Externally, when I saw her first time, it happened. But when I met her husband, I thought poor person. And बताना कहाँ झेलना है इस wife को. And that husband said to me, Swamiji, I am very lucky because of this. हमने कहा, what? Did I hear something else? What are you saying? He said, no, I am very lucky because of this wife. She is so good. हमने कहा, what you see in her? Then he told, I could not see that. He has lived for 30-40 years. I only live for half an hour. बोले इसका इतना प्यार है हमसे, so much of love she has, so much of selflessness. हमने कहा भाई आप देखते हो, आपको दिखी वो चीज, हमको नहीं देख पाई. Half an hour में what can I see? I'm very gross. But subtle things you must have seen. He said yes. हमने कहा मैं आपका प्यार बना रहे. May God maintain and may your love take you to higher heights. Kripa Murti means that you are not a doer there. You are a getter. Swami Abhedananda used to say one point. बोलते थे एक माँ होती है जिसका प्रेम मूर्तिमान होके दुग्ध बन जाता है. Mother is the one whose love gets grossified and becomes breast milk. ऐसा बोलते थे. एक माँ होती है. Mother's love becomes and she feeds that. एक ईश्वर होता है whose grossified love is called Guru. Through the breast she feeds the child. Similarly, through the Guru, God feeds His glories, His Vidya, His Ananyata. And Gurudev was that. Kripa Murti was there. वरना प्यार नहीं मिलता. हम लोग को प्यार कौन कर सकता है? Who can love us for a long time, knowing our nature? है कि नहीं? Only he loves. So before marriage they love. After marriage they know each other very well. They don't love. बहुत बार होता है. I wonder you had a love marriage. इतना फूल पत्ती देते थे आप. You are giving flower, you will give it tree देते थे, बुके सुके देते थे आप. शाम को बुलाते थे, साथ में कॉफी पीते थे. क्या क्या था? You had your coffee. हाँ, कितना अच्छा लगता था. How nice that boy appeared, that girl appeared. What happened after marriage? अरे, I was disillusioned. Then now you disillusioned. पता चला नहीं आपको? And he also got disillusioned with you. Both were disillusioned with each other. एक गुरु होता है, वो हमारे काम क्रोध को जानते हुए भी. I told you, no, one brahmachari was there. In Bombay or somewhere. I don't know what happened to his mind or something. He was there sitting on the bookstall. And all the money of the yajna he took away and disappeared. Now they went to Gurudev and said, money is missing is one thing, but brahmachari also is missing. Both are missing. Gurudev kept quiet. After 1 year he came back. And he was so, I will say, having the faith. He straight away went to Gurudev's cottage. He said, don't stop me. I'll talk to him straight away. Gurudev saw him. He said, oh, you are back? Money is over? He told whatever his state of mind was there. He said, will you still accept me? He said, when I didn't accept you, it was never a time that I asked you to go. He became Swami. I'm not telling his name. He was being sannyas. When you deserve, when you do hard work and then you get, that is not Kripa. He was a Kripa Murti. He was not a, in sansar they are phal. Guru is not a phal. He is as if Bhagavan wants to feed his glories to him. He is a conduit. कृपा ना हो तो हम लोग बहुत देर तक रह नहीं पाएंगे. Guru will leave us. Who will tolerate us? He has so much of bhava. 2 people praised me a lot in my life. My mother and Gurudev. And then Guruji, of course. But when I was not knowing anything, and nobody knew me also, at that time, where if somebody praised me a lot, it was Gurudev. Not that I deserved it. Meeting him, you don't feel that I have been, I need somebody else now in my life. In worldly relation, after having a marriage, they feel we need a child. Before marriage, they don't feel so much. After marrying, they feel, I think we should have a child. After child, they feel, I want a second daughter. One is son, other is daughter. Then I want one more son. You keep on wanting something. There is no end to that. But once sambandh is there, after that relation, it is the end. All my searches have culminated in you. There should be some relation where this tendency and the desire to be related should be over after that time. And that was in Gurudev. I had mentioned about Swarnatalawar many times. In 1991, I think. When I went there straight away, I went from the station to Leela Kempensky Hotel, and Gurudev's car went because the train was late by 10 hours. And the guard said, "अब आए हो आप? अभी आ रहे हो आप?" हम कहे क्यों? बोले चले गए तो हो गया, सब आ रहे हैं. हमने कहा ट्रेन लेट थी. Train was late. He said, "That is your problem." अब कहाँ जाए? Not change the clothes also. Same clothes of 36 hours. Generally you go to the hotel or somebody's, you take a bath and then to go to the Guru. This is the way to go approach a Guru. Not that morning get up and dash. बाल वाले भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं. Take a bath, then go to the Guru. गंदे संदे पहुंच गए. हम तो गंदे संदे ही पहुंच गए थे. And I think still I remember, I think it was a white shirt something. Imagine that, that is so fast. And when he saw me, and this cottage is in Sandipni, and there's a ramp there. So he was coming out on the ramp, and there was a chair was there, wheelchair. And from this distance, he had a very piercing look. Lot of people were there because all people from Leela Kempensky came there after that. Those who had seen there also were all surrounded him. हम कहाँ हैं बीच में? I was hardly 19, 20 something. And he said, "Oh, you have come." I looked behind us and he said, "You, white shirt, come here." Took my name. "Come here." Before I could even say also that I was late. Both the hands he held. He saw, he said, "I was waiting for you. Didn't see there." I felt, who am I to be waited for? That moment I can't live still. Where thousands of people is there, and who am I? This is the Kripamurti of. If you get everything after doing and you are good and very pure and then you are accepted, ऐसा नहीं होता. हम impure होके भी हम accepted हो गए. On his 75th birthday, I wrote a letter. I said, "Gurudev, it's your birthday. What gift shall I give to you?" I will not tell about how he answered. But he said, "I will give you one thing." And he wrote, "I'm giving myself to you." And he gave a photograph. The photograph you see in my altar, that Gurudev gave. Therefore, it is already slightly, it is dear and there, but still that is very precious for me. ये कृपा होती है. And after that you feel that I think I am pure. Unless someone pure touches you, accepts you, you don't feel pure. Otherwise you feel impure only. Once I wrote to Gurudev, I am feeling very sad. Four pages I wrote. He wrote back, "A young person like you, dynamic person like you." Four line, I think 3-4 line. I can't see you like this. Come back to me. After that, I never felt that sadness. कुछ हो गया अंदर से. Something happened inside. Some switch off had taken place. Kripa Murti is there. Gurudev was Anushasan Murti. Love was there. Externally, he was sometimes very hard. Very, very hard externally. He can scold a person left and right. In Bombay, I think the Lions Club and Rotary Club was going on. And somebody walked on the stage at that time only, which he did not like at all. And he shouted, "Your back is not so good to be shown to everybody." Get out, rascal. In front of 5,000 people. After the yajna was over, that person was a devotee, came back. He said, "He is my son. I can scold him. I love him," and embraced him. Those who got little of his scolding also, they shone so much. ये तो महात्मा तो blessing देते हैं ना, it's their blessing, not scolding. वो तो प्यार होता है ना. कोई प्यार में मार भी देता है तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है. If I know he will not leave me and not leave, then if he beats also it is fine. माँ के साथ भी होता है. I was in Siddhbadi at once and sitting at the feet of Gurudev, and 6 o'clock was the Aarti time. Everybody went away, slowly, slowly. I and Gurudev was alone. I thought I got alone time now. And of course there was quality time. I had no guts to ask questions, etc. Gurudev was in front of me. I never asked questions. Never talked. I used to be speechless, seeing his eyes, seeing his ears, seeing his beautiful smile. So I and Gurudev was sitting just very close. And he was watching and smiling. And didn't like that. And then he saw his watch. 30 seconds to 6 o'clock. Run! And literally I ran because the Aarti was there, that Ram Champal is there in Siddhbad. He was the epitome of punctuality. In starting the class, not ending. It was excess of 5 minutes, sometime 10 minutes. That was there, don't worry. There was something that made the mission. Yes, this is there. Therefore he said, this is not an ashram. He said sadhanalaya. The word sadhanalaya, what he coined in Sandipni, because at that time ashram means somewhere nice place to rest, sit, have nice food, cows are there, they could rest and sleep. He said, I don't want the people who are rice bags. Rice bags means just eating rice. I want the people who are the carrier of the divinity to the whole world. Do your sadhana. Spread the light that the Guru has lit in your heart. Go out in the world. Don't go into the Himalayas to spread the knowledge. You are not fit to be in the Himalayas. One of the brahmacharis, after course, he said, I want to go to Uttarkashi. He said, for how long? He said, for 1 year. You know what Gurudev said? You will die. It's too quiet. Go for a shorter time. He said, okay, you decide how long to go for. He said, go for 30 days. See how you feel. I'm not taking that Swamiji's thing. He's still there. That Anushasana was in his time. He wanted us to be disciplined, to be pure, to be regular in the classes. And towards the last point of his life, if you remember, his Gyan Yajna never stopped. If you see the chair, if you have seen the Vivek Chudamani, and there's a chair there and there's a table, and he's seeing this book like that. Very favorite. And he's still talking. Satsang was the soul of our Chinmaya mission. Is still there is a soul. Anushasana was there. So Kripa expresses as discipline. Compassion expresses as discipline. Don't think compassion means he spoiled somebody. It's not spoiling somebody, he's scolding also, not spoiling. Once I wrote, you know what, first line he wrote, I received your undated letter. And then I saw my letter, it was undated. And as I told you, this, you put lot of gums and lot of in the envelope. So once he wrote to somebody, too much of gums was there. He said opening the envelope was more serious than cesarean operation. Because too many places to cut and then you can, otherwise the whole letter is spoiled. If you put too much of gum, the whole gum goes in the letter and it sticks everywhere actually. Stickler, everything was to the T, what you call. Clockwise precision was resisted. Precision was very much desired there. One person inaugurated a yagna and he sent his photograph. Gurudev was in London. And Gurudev wrote on the photograph, next time be prepared while inaugurating. Your hand is shivering. Because it was doing like this. Hey, Gurudev ko style tha, that was his trademark. Swami Gangeshanand was there. Gangeshanand, kya naam? Gangeshanand. I think blind saint was there. He just entered Sandeep Nistadale. And Gurudev was not there. So he said, no, Gurudev is coming. I can hear his paduka. He's a military Swami. So he used to call him military Swami. Clip-clop of his padukas were heard. Clup, clup, clup. And Gurudev came there. And they didn't know. He just sat at the feet. The Sandipni, the temple one, where the acharyas sit there. The Sandipni is Jagdishwar temple. And here is the Taponji's Murtis. There is photograph. So he sit at the feet. All brahmacharis are sitting on their own asana they had taken. Bhai, brahmacharis are very appreciative about their asana and desk. Some write the name on the desk also. And then Gurudev said, when I was in pants and shirts, he was already a great saint. To the Swamiji. Same thing happened when Anandmayi Ma came. They don't forget what you were and who took you there. When Anandmayi Ma came, same thing happened. This time brahmacharis had put a separate asana and same seat they had put. By Anandmayi Ma, the Guru, others think my Guru is not less than anybody. So equal seat should be there. That's why brahmachari ke liye bhai. And Gurudev did not sit on the seat, he sat on the floor again. That was Vinamurti was there. Prashray Murti was there. And then they asked her to talk. And then Anandmayi Ma. Someday I'll talk about Anandmayi Ma. I don't know why this wish is there to talk about Anandmayi Ma or such. And then she said, kya bolna? Kya bolne bhai? Pitaji kya bolne? She used to talk every man as Pitaji. Any man used to come, like we say mother, so she used to call Pitaji. Pitaji kya bolna? Now students are wanting to hear something. Gurudev said, give the mic to me. He took the mic and he spoke for 1 hour that kya bolne ki hai. There is nothing to talk. There was a very humble kind of, there was a total humility. Somebody asked in America somewhere, Swamiji, how do you feel as the head of the mission? He said, who told you I am the tail of the mission? Head is the God. Many times when we congratulated or complimented for program or his talks, you know what happened? He used to close his eyes. Either never spoke or said, all Sri Tapovan's grace. If you see in his letters, You will see his writing there. And he used to say that I had a mad love for my Guru. Basis of Gurudev's life was Tapon Maharaj. The Gomukh of Chinmaya mission is Tapon Maharaj. Therefore, he used to write like that, and many times say also. Prashanamurti was there. So, how many things we saw? Utsamurti, Kripamurti, third was Anushasan Murti, then Prashanamurti was there. Many infinite qualities was there. Today is just a day to remember his infinite contribution in our life. This ashram is there, it is. Many times I feel that if he had physically come, although he has come here physically, he has come physically. Here only he said, where you are sitting, this place. No? Here only he said. It was not built like that. Another ashram, it was in 87, I think. 82 also. 87 was the last. Therefore, this has become a dham. Where saints live, it is not a place, it's a dham. It's a pilgrimage. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Sat kurvanti kurvanti shastrani. Shastra becomes alive because of that. I tell you one thing. People forgot to see his jnani aspect. Many times when Vishnu Sahasranam was going on, he used to say, take a thread, they should also sit in a straight line. So one rope or thread was taken, all in the straight line, in Siddhabadi or anywhere else. And at that time, many times he used to just absorb himself. He used to have mala and absorb himself in meditation. Somebody asked Gurudev that you travel all around north, east, west. What's your main experience? He said, I go nowhere. Jnani can say so spontaneously. Others will act. But he was not making it. He was like that. He displayed more of realization than scholarship. Situations came to him. Difficulties came to him. But what we could observe, I went to Kanpur and they said Gurudev had not slept whole night. So our meeting was at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I reached at 8 o'clock. So we thought we'll cancel the meeting. Gurudev has not slept. So I don't know he will come out or not. He knows that he has given appointment. So he will. And he came out. No trace of any tiredness on his face. No trace that he has not slept. He didn't allow his physical ailments to go in your mind and make a mental pain. He was above it as if. And last in 93 only, it was Lata Tandon's house. And I went there. God had been kind to me because last year of his life I met him twice or thrice. And when I had to press the feet, so there was no expression on his face. Generally when I was pressing, I was thinking where he is feeling good, that I can press better. No expression. When I asked somebody, then they said, no, he is not feeling. There is no sensation of his feet. But he allowed me to press. There was a jnani in him. In Kerala once, they are very orthodox about south-north. Don't face south while putting the lamb. Don't face like that. Very strong orthodox people are there. And the lamp was there, he was in yoga, facing south. So one Chinmaya Vidyalaya teacher came, principal. He said, Swamiji, this is south, turn this side. Everybody thought we'll get it now. Because nobody could dare to talk like that to Gurudev. And she saw like that. Hey, wherever I see, that direction is north. Look. She said, okay. Only Jnani can say like that. I was in Lucknow and somebody said, how's your health? He said, shh, body will listen. Don't pamper the body. He said, somewhere that expression was there. Difficulties came, but as in the ocean, the ripples settled down very fast. There was nothing, his anger was there, but nobody could see that he is angry after some time. There was a carrying his mood and his anger. Maybe during the class he shouted. Especially the chief guest came later on. Governor came later on. Antole was governor somewhere in Bombay. And he said, no, I won't wait for him. 6:30 sharp, yajna starts. He comes with his paraphernalia. He came, sat there. And you know what Gurudev said? You are a governor. You are expected to be on time. If you don't set the proper procedure, how the masses will understand? So, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Vyamisheneva Vakena. The governor thought it was a part of his scolding. In Jodhpur he came, and the king of Jodhpur was there. I'm not taking his name, he's still there. Yajna started, and he came. I'm a king, he is बहुत बड़ा होता है भाई. Rajasthan is a place of kings. He said, Mr. King, please sit there only. Don't come on the front. It disturbs the whole people. The teaching of the Gita is more serious than the operation of the brain. Don't come between teacher and taught. Nobody can say like that to these big people. And he said. And next time when he came to offer pranam, he said, come on time. His fearlessness was very evident. He was talking, and I think one program was going near Bangalore or somewhere. Another pandal was there. So loudspeaker was loud there also. Gurudev said, selective listening. You can listen to that also. This jnani was evident in him. Because when you are in the head of the mission, a lot of problems come, a lot of trust matters are there, devotee matter is there, legal matters are there. Or other matters are there. It is not simple thing. You know, in one house to manage is so difficult. Of 3-4 people, hai na? To manage one house of 3-4 people is so difficult. Here so many centers are there, Vidyalaya, Vida. Never came on him. It didn't reflect on his face. And sometimes yajna got cancelled. I told you that it flooded once. They put in open, what to do? They said, nice air will be there, let us have an open yajna. The committee said, yes, open yajna is a very unique idea has come. In April, May, it never rains. Sab open or sab acha, sab badhiya bhagta. Bhagwan's Leela. It rained heavily. And that day Gurudev, and he was writing. So they rushed. They said, Swami, the rain is not stopping. All our chairs have drowned. We cannot have it there. He was saying, without looking at them, and now the yajna to be starting tomorrow. Change the venue if required. Kuch. गुरुणा दुखे न पिना विचार लेते तम विद्या दुख संयोग वियोग योग संगीतम The association with the association of sorrow is called yoga. This is in Bhagavad Gita. He represented that. It was a moving Gita. He said, I understood. He was still standing. This I understood it. Then रोने लगे, क्या करने बेचारे? They are preparing for 6 months. 6 months they are preparing. All collections have been taken. Sponsors are there. Magazine is brought out. Souvenir is brought out. सब डूब ही गया. Then he will call. He will pat. He said, who told you it's your yajna? It's Narayana's yajna. Narayana will decide the venue, the time, the place. You are just supposed to be obeying his word. इतना प्यार था, surrender था. He had a Brahma Murti. And Brahma Murti, I tell you, behind him. Whenever I see his letters, if you read his books also, Vedanta and all, Vedanta letters, full of devotion. Lord Narayan, remember Lord, don't miss your sadhana, don't miss your jap. He was very, very sadhana oriented. Don't never miss your meditations. You will shine only if you are coming out in the world without meditation. Your words will have no power. Like the birds without the wings, you will have no power. You will struggle with the words. He used the sadhana. And many times brahmacharis were asked to fast. With brahmacharis he was strict because he felt if you are too close you can be more strict because you feel he can do better, he will do better if I am a little hard. With the devotees he was very different. Brahmacharis never talked sometimes. One brahmachari came at some center in Bihar and he said, I didn't call you. Why do you come without asking? President, book a ticket. Let her go back to the center. But again he will call back. One brahmachari was there. It was Andaman Nicobar. And everybody was chanting 15th chapter. And he could not chant. He said, come here. Start. Imagine yourself. And he faltered. He said, write 15th chapter 15 times. Okay. In front of everybody. So he wrote it. He is still there. I'm not taking his name. And while going on the car, he gave that 15 times writing. And he wrote a letter after that. Swamiji, you have scolded very badly. Gurudev responded, because you are my dear son, therefore I have the right to talk to you like that. And he is very happy about it today. He was Brahma, Bhakti was there. Therefore all our ashram have murtis now. In Bangalore ashram we have Deen Bandhu Devasthanam is there. Sandipni ashram, our Jagdishwar temple. Siddhwadi was there. And this murti also he brought. Or he sent through somebody. See, he sent this murti through somebody. If Bhagavan was sent, Shivling is sent. Ab batao. Sochwa. Therefore I say foundation is him only. Devotion is the foundation. When he went to Tapovan Maharaj, so he was very dynamic, Gurudev. And Tapovan was very quiet, quite a different nature they had. One is very reclusive and one is going to go, want to talk, light. And full of letters. He said, Chinmaya, morning you heard Mandu, in evening you are answering so much letters. And only one class. He wanted more classes. Complete this text, that text. That was his style. So Tapovanji called him. He said, Chinmaya, you want to learn a lot? He said, yes. He said, go and sit near Ganges. She will teach you. And therefore Ganga became an altar for Gurudeva. All our ashram Gangaji is there. And Ganga Aarti is there. Today is the day of celebration of our fortune. Today is the day of celebration of our obeisance, our prostration. Don't forget the one who is behind you, who has given us this smile, who has given us the courage. Don't forget the one who was behind you when nobody was around you. It's a gratitude day. It's a surrender day. It's a commitment day. Because when Gurudev was being wheeled to the hospital on 3rd of August, you know the story, one girl came and said, when I will see you again? And Gurudev said, anytime, close your eyes, I'll be there. That tree is more green whose roots are deeper. To withstand storms of life, you have to have deep roots on Guru Bhakti, Ishwar Bhakti. Today is that day. We offer there are a lot of the things to talk about. I thought what I will talk. Time is over now. We will think about him. We will spend our life in his seva. Somebody said, I want to serve you in form. He said, Chinmaya mission, CCMT is my manifested form. Chinmaya mission is my murti, is my Virat Roop. We offer our namaskar. Many times, somebody's birthday was there. Manumaji is there in Jaipur. Birthday, something. You took the cake or whatever he was eating, he used to feed with the spoon or with the hand. Very fond of feeding with the hand. Sometimes same person was feeding every day. And after feeding him with the spoon, he started using the same spoon for himself. She said, let me change this. He said, no. What's the problem? You are mine. Who will say? Who will love us? Who will accept us? Gurudevaaya tumhare charan hai Ram charan. Gurudevaaya tumhare charan hai Krishna charan hai Krishna charan. जो भी रूप में ब्रह्मा विष्णु वही रूप में गुरु. जो भी रूप में राम और कृष्ण वही रूप में गुरु. गुरुदेवाय तुम्हारे चरण है राम चरण है कृष्ण चरण. नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि.
पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो. पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो. हर 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 हराय नमो. शिव 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 शिवाय नमो. हराय नमो. शिवाय नमो. शिवाय नमो. हराय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो हराय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो हराय नमो सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो शम्भो शङ्करा सदा शिवाय सर्वेश्वरा मां पाहि प्रभो मां पाहि विभो मां पाहि प्रभो